This is not where we're from. These are not our people. These are not people that we even know. We don't know most of these people that are in this land. This land is a place of mumbo jumbo. This place. Oh God, this place. But we're going to deal with Israel being in the midst of the confusion that's going on currently in the land. But we're going to start in Genesis. We're going to go to the beginning of what happens when people want to unite, when people all come together. What happens, and see, we got like I said, a lot of people feeling that if we would just, why can't black folks just get together? Why can't we do this thing as a people? Because first of all, we're not a people. In Israel, let me explain this to you. Before we were put to sleep, and before we were brought into this punishment that we are on, this suffering that we have to go through, Israel was a people that were united together. We knew one another. There was no such thing as not knowing who a Hebrew Israelite was. Even Lucifer, in one of his writings, he gonna walk across the yard and say, "A Hebrew indeed," as he knew everybody. People he was with wasn't Hebrew. The people he was picking up, them was just some Joe Blows. They weren't Hebrew Israelites. But back to what I was saying. Israel was all one. We were a people. We knew each other. Well, after we went to sleep, that's not the case. When we woke up and we realized we didn't know one another, we can't recognize one another, we don't know what one another looks like. We're having these issues with folks claiming to be of certain tribes and this, that, and the other. But we want a coming together of all people. All us black folk need to get together. Well, we can't, because all of us black folk are all different nations. Now, I'm not talking about the nation of Israel, the tribes. I'm talking about the nations that these people have created. On one block, one city block, you probably have 9 or 10 different nations living just on one city block. There is no such thing as nations coming together as one people. But we're going to look at the first incident of all people coming. All these people spoke the same. Just like over here, when you come to America, you got to learn English, or you need to know English, because you got to be able to communicate with people. So they all speak the same language. They're all so-called striving for the same thing, the same goals or whatever. So this is one of those places where everybody has united. These people over here are united as one to do things. They said that we the people and all that formed a union and all. They did. This is their structure. This is their society. So let's look at a society back when all the people came together. Okay, we're gonna deal with the Tower of Babel. And y'all know the outcome of the Tower of Babel. Because see, God don't want folk coming together with their ideas and their views and their ways and their thinking to do something. That's not His way. That is not God's way. That is your way. That's what you think God wants. That's what you feel. If we would just come together, things could change. But that's not God's way. And we're going to look in Genesis, and we're going to see what He did with the first people who tried to do that. Let's see. We're going to Genesis 11, and we're going to start at verse 1. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men built. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they began to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. He said, Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. They left. You see, most folks don't realize. They think, oh, that Tower of Babel was being built and God just didn't want them to come to heaven. God ain't for this unity of all people stuff. That's not his way. That's your way. That's man's way. I don't know if you're getting it or not. When you want to come together, when you want to do something that you imagine in your mind is good, in your mind, well, we're all people of color. No, you're not. You're all people of different nations. Right now, 95% of the black men want all of them to come together because they want all that strange flesh. That's what they want. You don't want to come together to unite and stand strong. You want all that strange flesh that's out there. That's your really the bottom agenda. But we're going to move on. Let's go to Deuteronomy 13. In Deuteronomy 13, we're going to deal with the next phase of all you folks of color uniting. See, back there in the beginning was all them folks of color united to build a Tower of Babel. But now we're coming up here into our time, and we're going to look at another person who tried to build something which God wasn't having none of that. Now, let's look at Deuteronomy 13. Let's start at verse 1. If there arise among you a prophet, or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder, and the sign or the wonder come to pass, therefore he spake unto thee, saying, Let us go after other gods, which thou hast not known, and let us serve them. I'll get to that in a minute. Thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet. You know who that prophet was in our day? That was Dr. Martin Luther King. That prophet that came was Dr. Martin Luther King. He said, let little white boys and little black boys hold hands. Little white girls and little black girls hold hands. And we just want to come together and be one gushy, wushy, big group of folk. Not if God got something to do with it. Let's keep on reading. Or that dreamer of dreams, for the Lord your God proveth you, to know whether ye love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Ye shall walk after the Lord your God, and fear him, and keep his commandments, and obey his voice, and ye shall serve him, and cleave unto him. This prophet had you cleaving unto Jesus. This prophet had you serving Jesus. This prophet was a prophet of Jesus. He was a Christian prophet. But let's keep on going, because we're going to see what happens to a prophet, a dreamer of dreams, whom dreams something that God don't want no part of. And his children won't have a part of it. He said, ye shall walk after the Lord your God and fear him and keep his commandments and obey his voice, and ye shall serve him and cleave unto him. Nobody ever told you to do that. And I have a dream. I have a dream. None of the dream was about the Most High God. But check this out. And that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death. I don't have to say no more. He shall be put to death. Y'all know how the story goes. When you try to unite people, which is uniting nations, God ain't having that. He's not having that. Y'all still trying to do it today. You got the Rainbow Coalition, another nation, this man leading that. He's not a Hebrew. He's from mixed up folks, and he's trying to lead Israel and bring all the people together. And you got the other one, the Al Sharpton. He's from another nation, all mangled up. These people are not God's people. They are Christians. And they try to lead you into a false hope and a false belief that you can all come together and unite. God will kill you. There is no uniting of people of color. There's too many colors because there's too many nations. Y'all done made too many different things out there. Nations war against nations. You had the Black Panthers. They had united, come together, doing nice things for the black folks, helping black folks out, helping people of color. What did God do? He broke that thing up, didn't he? Y'all blame the white man. It ain't the white man. It's God using the white man. But that is not God's plan. See, y'all got this thing in y'all head. I'm getting up today and I'm going to make the world a better place. I'm going to show this world that it can be good. I'm going to do my part. Let's see. That's not good. Let's see. There's a level that the world works on. They have good, better, and best. That's the scale that this world has come up with. But I remember when I was reading in Genesis, God always said, I made it and it was good. Let's go to Genesis. Let's go to Genesis 1 and 4. We'll do that one, and I think we'll do 1 and 10. Let's look at Genesis 1 and 4. And God saw the light that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. Genesis 1 and 10. And God called the dry land earth, and gathered together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. We can go on. I can go to Genesis 1 and 18. And to rule over the dry and over the day and the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. Everything God did was good. But y'all say, y'all gonna make it better. I'm gonna do my part to make this world better. Because you're so far above God. And you know what the world needs. And you know how to fix its problems. Y'all hear these catchy little phrases. Y'all hear folks say these things that sound so good. And you're actually blaspheming the Most High God. I'm going to do my part to end world hunger. You didn't start world hunger, fool. You don't have anything to do with world hunger. You don't own the world, and you definitely don't own anything in it. You didn't create it. You didn't make it. God runs this show. Yes, the title is, what did I call it? I said, nigger, look out, nigger, the clan is getting bigger. That's right, and I'm going to show you just what I mean when I say that. Do you know that when black folks try to come together and unite, they can't? because there's too many different types of black folks, and you're never going to come together.